Hey, look where we are. We are at BMW Motorrad in Ocean, and I have got the 1300 GS, which has the I suppose they call it DCT, whatever it is. It's the automatic version of it, which can be ridden in manual. So I'm going to take it out for a ride and see what it is. First time I've ridden the automatic bike. It's got automatic leveling on it, so when you go down to stop, it drops down so your feet can be flat on the floor for people who aren't very long. And Dave, the salesman, has just been giving us a run around it. I've been trying to work out how to get it out of manual and into automatic, because even though it doesn't have a clutch, you can still ride it in automatic, in manual, sorry. So keyless ride, all the usual stuff. Gonna get on and see how we crack on with it. Just so good, I've just switched it off. To start this beast off, apparently, touch the brake, there's a gear lever. You see down the bottom there it says 1M. Okay, so that's in first manual. Now this switcher down here at the bottom of the headlight, the bottom of the indicator, oh god, here we go, try to do it again. You just press it again and it's now gone into D1, so it's in drive now. So how scary is that? So it's in D1 at the moment, which means there's no clutch, it's just going to ride itself. Like I said, you can put it in manual and have it where you use the gear lever. No clutch for that either, you're just flicking the lever up and flicking the lever down. For the purists who want to ride with a to be in control of the gears like that. But you know, probably all bikes are going to end up as automatics in the end, so we'll see. Now there is a big box here at the front, which we'll get into, because I believe it will hold a phone, and there's a charging point in there for charging your phone, which is down the bottom there. Looks a bit awkward to get into, but anyway, let's crack on. Oh, it feels weird not having being on a GS and not having a clutch to pull in. I like this. Actually, really do like it. Here we go. My word, that wasn't what I was expecting. In your head you're going, I'm driving a GS or a GSA, you know, so I've got to be doing certain things, changing gear and everything. Very strange to pull out onto the road and suddenly go, oh hang on a minute, it's doing all that for me. So I've got the suspension set in, or the road mode in dynamic, and I think the suspension is in that as well, which means the suspension is a little bit more firm, which is nice. I quite like that, and feels like it's more direct. So let's talk about clunkiness. Instantly noted there that I'm in second gear in fully automatic, so in drive, and it's just dropped itself up into third. I suppose, like the Honda system, it has to learn how you ride. I mean, it's going to work out how you use your bike, and it's going to adapt accordingly. So Dave, the salesman, said it does sometimes change a little bit weird. But you can actually, even though it's in drive now, you can drop the gears by using the gear lever. There's no clutch involved, so it felt like you wanted to go up into fourth gear there, but I didn't want it to go up into fourth. So I just, as it changed, I just tapped the shift change and it just went down again, so that's quite reassuring. Over the last roundabout we went, it was a little bit chunky, or clunky should I say, which, you know, boxer engines are renowned for, not the smoothest of things. So what is really nice is you can change gears using the shift change up and down as you require. And just let the bike do it itself. So I came to a stop then, and when I was coming to a stop it was still in second gear, and as I stopped it dropped itself into first. So you have to get your hand on the brake. Obviously it's going to roll away, but it won't actually move unless you twist the throttle and give it some revs. So I've got the suspension set in auto, and apparently once you get over 30 miles an hour then that comes up to a normal riding height, and then as you're coming down to you know, stop at traffic lights or junctions and things like that, the bike actually settles itself down again, so you've got, if you need to, you can put both feet on the floor. Dave, the salesman down at Ocean there, he said he switches it off and just has it set at automatic, and he rides like how a normal GSA would ride, you know. So, but he's quite tall, and if you're not bothered about putting both feet on the ground, then it's not an issue. But currently I'm just dragging my feet on the floor to see how low it is. Yeah, I could definitely put both feet on the floor currently. And now we've gone over 30. I think there's a definite change in height in the actual bike, which will be, as Dave explained, it would happen. So isn't it strange, you know, that, you know, Honda had the patent on the, they call it DCT, don't they, for years and years, and then that ended, and suddenly every manufacturer now is doing their version of what is effectively an automatic bike. And I've got to say, I'm a big fan of them. I've had people on tour with me, and they've all raved about the ones they've had. I've had scooters, I've had all sorts of things, you know. Okay, a little bit messy there, but we did it. I've still got the urge to just tap the shift change and change down. It's a reasonable test of the suspension because it's very bouncy, lots of uneven surfaces, and although the suspension is hard, or set to dynamic, which sort of firms it all up, it is quite comfortable. I like it. So unfortunately in roadworks at the moment we've got a 20 mile an hour speed limit, so it's just poodling along in second gear, which is first or second is what I'd be in my 1250, and so he's off. God, there's such a feeling that you need to just, as you accelerate, you need to just flick the lever, but you don't have to, because just as I was about to do it, I had to stop myself because the automatic system just went bop and up it went into third gear, and then we got up into fourth, and now because we're back behind a truck again, it's back to 30, and definitely the bike has ridden now with its automatic suspension, because we're over 30 miles an hour. You don't feel it at all. It's just I was aware then, because I tried to put my feet down, just run my feet to see if I could get them onto the floor. Definitely ridden. So it feels really light compared to a GSA. Obviously, there's, they're not the same baggage you've got on this.
You look as equally upset as me with BMW making such great bikes.
Recently, I've ridden 3 bikes that really make me laugh. One of them was a Honda Monkey bike, which felt like
you were going to say that.
Valentino Rossi. The other one is my 1250 GSA, and this is the 1300 GS, but this has got the
ASA.
ASA, is it? AS something, air conditioning, I don't know what it is. Automatic transmission on it. My God. If you were to take what I've just ridden on this and put it on the 1300, which you can do, the GSA, which you can do, phenomenal bike. But this is absolutely gorgeous, to quote somebody who does Strictly Come Dancing.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I have to watch it on a Saturday. Anyway, with my best moves. So
in his spandex.
So this bike is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's the GSA, it's the standard version. It's got the ride height adjustment, so when you come under 30 miles an hour, it drops itself down, so you can get both feet on the floor. And I was like, oh, does that work? Well, it does. It's set on auto, so I knew it was working, because on a couple of bends, I caught my feet on the pegs going round. And obviously I was doing under 30, so it dropped down a bit. But once you get back up to over 30 miles an hour, it goes up to automatic ride height. You're not even aware it's happening. But I knew it had happened because I tried. So what's different about this than the 1300 GSA? It's smaller. It's so flickable, so rideable, and it's so quick. But if you come in and have a look, you'll see what the differences are with this ACT. ASA, whatever it is. Right, no clutch lever.
And some would think that would be very alien when you ride, but when I don't know about you, but when I rode it, I didn't even look for the clutch. I don't know what it was. My head said it wasn't there.
You need to come round here, this side, and have a look at this, and look at that.
You still have a pedal.
You can see my shoe where I got my shoe before.
Dun, dun, dun.
Has a shift change. So why do you need that? The bike is automatic. You will ride in fully automatic mode just by pressing a button, but you can also have it in manual mode, which means you can use the gears without a clutch at all, up and down all the way through, so you can utilise engine braking, which is phenomenal on these boxer engines anyway. But bizarrely enough, when you've got it in full auto, you can still use the gear lever. You can still drop it down.
Game changer.
It's just like, wow. Now, we've ridden lots of versions of automatic bikes in scooter form, in bike form. And once the patent had expired for Honda, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. They've all got their own versions of it now. This is a phenomenal version of it.
Yeah.
I'm just...
I don't know about you, but I thought when we were leaving at slow speed and it was slightly gravelly, I was thinking, I really need that clutch control. But when I started moving, the confidence it gave me was you could focus on riding.
And you can drop it down into first gear if it goes up into second. Now, I've ridden some bikes and it's like, oh, it's constantly changing. It's up and it's down. And everyone's going, oh, I don't like it. This just did what it was supposed to do. I was riding around town. It was in second. Occasionally went up into third, but once you get out onto the main roads and you can open it up to the national speed limit, which in the UK is 60 miles an hour, on the dual carriageway it's up to 70. God, it was quick. And you can't feel it changing gear, up or down.
That really surprised me.
And I was looking down to see where I am, and suddenly I'd gone from like second to sixth without even realising it had done it. So to me, this is a phenomenal game-changing bike. And I really enjoyed it.
What did you think about the engine braking, and when you wanted to change down and just touching the brake, it would change down?
So the engine braking on these is excellent anyway, and it's almost intuitive. The bike is thinking for you in many ways. Once soon as you're off the throttle, the bike is going, oh, it's slowing down now, and you could see the numbers coming down on the gears. But to actually increase your engine braking just by a small touch, and it would drop a gear anyway. But you've got the lever down here, so if it's not done it enough, you can kick it down and it will still drop even further. It was just like, my God, why are we riding bikes where we have to change gear? I don't know, because this just, well, it blew me away a little bit. I've got to say, I've not been excited about bikes, you know, many bikes for a long time, because a lot of them are a bit, My only complaint again is colours. I had one of these on a tour I did around Scotland, and it was after 2 weeks. It looked hideous. I mean, I don't clean my bike very often at all, so it looks dirty all the time.
He does when he comes to sell it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. But this looked filthy, you know, in the end of a 2 week tour, and he just like, whoa.
Do you think that's because a lot of the frame is all covered in now, rather than allowing all the dirt to go everywhere else?
Possibly, I don't know. But one thing I have noticed on these bikes is if you look in the front here, on the GS and the GSA, they've put this piece of plastic in here. I can't get my hand
I can see it. It's like a big D in there.
Yeah, yeah. Now that stops wind coming back up, because people have complained about buffeting, and it's never affected me. However, I'm riding with a peaked helmet on, and even at, you know, higher speeds, there is no buffeting. Where some bikes I've ridden, it's been horrendous, and you can see the thing flapping around. So that obviously works really, really well. It apparently cuts down noise from the tyres. I don't hear that anyway. If you've got noise from the tyres, just turn the music up. So yeah, like it. It's got all the usual stuff we've spoke about previously when we've looked at this bike. I rode one of these while my bike was being serviced, and I jumped on it and got home, and I thought, God, it's a hideous bike, absolutely hideous. I never even looked at it, I just jumped on and rode it. And it wasn't until I got home that I realised that it was on full knobblies, and that explains so much. This has got road tyres on. I think they're Metzlers, aren't they?
Yeah, Torrance X2s.
Torrance X2s. Awesome tyres. The ride on it is phenomenal. I had it in dynamic mode and I had it in road mode. Dynamic was a little bit hard, but that's what you want for, you know, bends and twists and things like that. And the road mode didn't feel as bouncy as it did on my GSA. I don't ride it in road because you get seasick, and I've never been seasick. So comfy seat, lovely big pillion seat. Once they get their panniers fixed, BMW, I'm sure they'll be really good. But it's an awesome bike. Made more awesome, look, stupid grin by the automatic ride on it. Loved it.
You're due a new bike soon, aren't you?
Oh, I think I might be looking that way though. With this automatic gearbox in it. Anyway, so much shorter than the original GS. Just a joy to ride, an absolute joy. So I love BMWs anyway, but there are so many different types of bikes. It's a bike for everybody. However, don't slag them off until you've had a ride of it. Come and have a go on both of these bikes. If you're not walking away with a big stupid grin, because I'm stupid, I don't know what. So,
and I suppose before you do thumbs up and stuff, I suppose the thing about a bike for everybody is all these manufacturers haven't got to make a bike that appeals to absolutely everybody on the planet that rides a motorbike.
You're right.
They appeal to the people that like them, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you don't like it, there's plenty of other bikes that you might like.
Yeah. So, see you in the next video. Love it. Thumbs up, bells, whistles, subscriptions, all that sort of stuff. Keep your eye on the channel. News is coming soon.
Yeah, very exciting news.